waiting to either fund me, or they took the project themselves and funded it because they had a bigger budget and a larger pool of investors and volunteers. So it was basically just, well, smoothing, if you want to call it that, but just maintaining the network of people, making sure they were working together. They had the same objectives coming out. And so it was basically more management. So I didn't have to go in and create what their perspective was. I didn't have to go in and create anything about their nonprofit mission and all that kind of stuff. But it was mainly a thing of making sure there were no conflicts of interest, and that the budgets were sufficient so that there wouldn't be a lot of rewrites or, financial maneuvering. So
Right.
it went extremely well. What happened was we did get extra uh, funding or services for things that were on the budget, but because the mission was the same, the vision was the same, the people were the same, it was simply a matter of rewriting and submitting a new budget or budget update, but nothing in terms of the mission changed. And so, for example, with the AI coming on, studio time as we know it, that's gone. That's gone. There's no way to um, really stay on top of it unless everybody's kind of doing their parts and thinking in terms of projections. So I don't like to rewrite the budget if I have to, but they know that they can. As long as your mission is the same and this, that, and the other is the same, it went fine. So I'm glad that the people who were the beneficiaries of the Giving Tuesday learned how to do their own Giving Tuesday. So it worked out extremely well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, and like, that's good because like I've had mixed like with Brookline Buddies. The first Giving Tuesday I had sucked. It was so bad. I think I got a donation of $15 somebody did for my campaign online, and I was like, that's whatever, that's cool. And then then I was like, that's not my forte, clearly, you know. And then I started strategizing from back here, like I started in September-ish, and you start with your website, get your website optimized, get everything that you need out there for compliance and all that stuff. But like then I mean, once I started doing strategy, it became so much easier to just bust out the campaign, get ready for it, because you're setting yourself up for Black Friday sales after that. So it's like you're enrolling all in one, and like if you have a good strategy, you can make a lot of money. So the following year, I made, I think it was over $2,000 in like single donations of like 20 and less. So we got a lot of different donors that gave us a huge donor list. And then we've been able to do outreach since. And each year it gets better and better. But it was interesting because it was like that first year sucked so bad. It was so bad. But it's like you're living and learn. So but yeah, it was strategizing and having that plan and being able to just reframe and readjust things is much easier when you have a strategy and you have a way in. So God, yeah. I've had mixed experiences. And then with EKCCF, I didn't do anything last Giving Tuesday. So this Giving Tuesday will be my first for this one. Okay. Nobody sees my screen here, huh? Give me 1 second. Let's get that done. Why? Okay. Does anybody have everybody should have like either a note out on their computer or like a pad of paper or something to write on, because we're actually going to do the work right now and do our ads. So I need everybody to tell me in the chat or come off mute what problem do you solve for your community? Like, what is your nonprofit? What is your organization doing for your community? And we want it to be emotional action focused, like as much as possible. Bueller. Does anyone want to come off mute, Liz? Franco, hi, how are you? I'll start calling on people.
I mean, I don't have a established nonprofit, but I do have a business that does a lot of nonprofit activities.
Okay. So what would be your what problem do you serve in your community?
Um, Mainly through education, financial literacy. Like I wanted to develop out my course, how to make 40K tax free. And that's more geared towards the working man. I think it's the blue collar man, the people that's just working and paying taxes and, just kind of living their life. But to get them on a path where they could start investing in a way, where the dividends are coming back tax free and they can build it up to 40,000 before it gets in a taxable situation. And it's more of just raising awareness of that to people's tax situation that are just working every day. Because I'm pretty sure when I was working just to, climbing the corporate ladder, I didn't know anything about it until I got into the tax field.
Right. Well, yeah, that's oh hey, my parents decided to work right now. Noted. Okie dokie. Yeah, there is okay, so pretty much financial literacy for community members, or yeah, for the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say no to anybody?
Would I say no to anybody?
Yeah, like if somebody wanted to come and ask you like for help or whatever, or like wanted to join your course, would you say no to anybody?
I don't think so. Why would
Okay,
I
so
say?
that's that. And that's just plain old financial literacy. And it's wealth building, so you can also do that. So in like one sentence, what problem do you solve in your community?
Uh, Awareness, really. Awareness of options, option awareness.
Well, you solve like poverty, right? Because you're built wealth building. You solve the
Confidence.
problem. The problem is that people don't know financial literacy, don't have financial literacy capacity in their life. They don't have it. They've never seen it. They don't know what it looks like. They don't know what financial literacy even is, right? Um,
All right. Well,
most people
private,
believe they're already financial literate, and then they learn about it and they're like, oh,
all right. Well, I mean the private mission of the company is a war on poverty. So that's what all the, you know, products and services are geared towards.
okay. So I'm going to do this. Whoa. All right. So, Giving Tuesday starts with knowing who you serve, knowing what problem that you solve for them. Why is my camera going crazy? It really is though. Okay, I'm just gonna turn it off. That's the reason. And pretty much you want to, if you have your current mission statement, the best way to do this is to circle the words in your current mission statement that feel like strongest and then rewrite it in plain, passionate language someone in your community would instantly understand. Avoid jargon and weird
Not wholesaling houses. Put the link below.
Hi Berna.
Hello, good morning. Good,
Broker.
good
right,
afternoon. How are you?
We're good. We're talking about Giving Tuesday.
Hmm.
So
About
You're
what
going-
Tuesday?
Giving Tuesday.
Getting Tuesday. Ooh. Okay.
Okay, and then okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna put you on mute and then I'm gonna keep going, okay?
Okay,
How are
cool.
you?
Thank you.
No problem. All right. Okay, so your first thing is to figure out who you serve and what problems you solve, and you want to have your mission statement go through it and kind of just avoid your the nonprofit stuff like of things that we like to say, which is like empower, facilitate. This is what we do. We want to leverage these things. Like we try and stay away from that language. You want to actually more so talk to your community members as you would talk to them in person.
Mhm.
This isn't something to use ChatGPT for. I would just do it in your own your own language, you know? You want to identify who you serve, define the transformation, and write it in one sentence. So that is kind of our goal for today, is coming up with those transformational sentences, right? Be specific about the people whose lives you touch. Instead of underserved communities, name them. Single mothers returning to work, veterans struggling with PTSD, birth moms, for me it'd be for birth moms that are post-adoption, you know, that need services. And then you're going to define the transformation. How do their lives improve because of your work? Focus on outcomes, not your actual activities, right? You don't want to say we provide meals. You want to actually, hey, we don't, no kid goes to bed hungry in our community, you know, stuff like that. You want to have those impactful, almost storytelling type sentences. Does that make sense to everybody?
Mhm.
So, yeah, so that's where we go from there. Is answering those questions and being able to put that all into one sentence is our transformational sentence, and we want to be able to repeat it back to people time and time again and have it. We want to have that move through our community, right? We want people to be able to talk about us and say what we do back to us in one sentence. So, you also would like to do, when you start your that's when you start your campaign. You have to know who you're serving and what your campaign's about to be able to move forward, right? So once we have that sentence for everybody, we can move on to the next section. Franco, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh,
Um,
cool. I'm doing good.
okay, I just want to check in with you. Do you have a nonprofit?
No, I'm just trying to learn what to do uh, to start earning a better income. That's why I'm on here.
Okay, well, this class may not be the best one for you, but it's very informational. So there's also a business class that is on tomorrow morning with Amber.
Oh, beautiful.
And there's
Okay.
a few other ones. So welcome. If you decide this isn't for you, it's fine. I'm not gonna have my feelings hurt. But I am a grant writer, and I work with mostly nonprofits and for-profit businesses when they partner together.
Uh, cool. Okay,
Okay,
thanks.
no problem. Okay. All right, Benny, you said I want people to be more tech savvy and be aware of best security practices. So, whoa. Okay. So, how would you write that in, and how we were just learning about the sentencing structure, like how you want to say it? You want to have it one sentence that says, you're identifying who you serve, like who do you want to serve, which people, and then define the transformation. They become tech aware, and they are, you know, they're honed into their security practices. I don't know but I don't know the tech jargon for that, but how would you speak to the community about that? Sorry, guys, this is in the chat. That's why it's not. Probably the local community. All right, so like youth, are you trying to reach elderly people? Are you trying to reach who's the most vulnerable in your community that would fall victim to tech tech issues or tech crimes, you know? Right. Okay. So you you serve the elderly, and then what are you doing for them? What's the transformation that they will get? Become more tech aware. I don't know what the jargon is for that. No, tell me, you tell me. That wasn't a good one. I know it. Don't just say yes. Go ahead, Candace. I thought you were muted, sorry. Okay.
Oh, I was typing in. I was like, man, I was trying to put a put something off the dome by type.
Right? It's hard when you actually get down to it. All right, I'm gonna read yours. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I serve the common working man and woman who feel there is more to life than living to work, and provide a path of financial freedom through tax credit and asset acquisition services and education. I would switch around credit and tax, because it sounds like you're giving some tax credits. You know? Like I said, I got stuck there when I was reading it. That's why I was like stuttering. But yeah, that's good. Did you put that through ChatGPT?
No, I just came that off that off.
Yeah, look at that. I'm so glad. I love that I have to ask that now. It's so cool. Everybody's using it. Yay.
Yeah.
All right. And then Benny, when you get yours together, let me know. Because you're on a good path with there. All
Oh,
right. So
type it in ChatGPT.
what?
Did I type it in ChatGPT? I just can't like I'm like since
Yeah,
it's
go for it. See if it can optimize it. You want the I'll give you the engagement rules
I'm a little
so you
more
can give it to them.
savvy for my for-profit because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? But trying to get into the nonprofit world because basically it should have been a nonprofit, but you know I started as a for-profit.
Hold on. I left my phone on this time. Oh my gosh. Scream at people. Okay, I want let me just copy and paste this. Never mind. I don't want to do all that. I want to be done. No, I want to be done. No, don't do stuff. Okay. All right. Help provide housing for low income and homeless to get permanent affordable housing using government grants and vouchers. That's actually perfect. That's great. That is a very, very, very good sentence. Okay, so Berna says help provide housing for low income and homeless. I would say and homeless, like or people experiencing homelessness, get permanent affordable housing using government grants and vouchers. That's perfect. Okay, so now that we have our transformational sentences type thing, we are going to set our financial goals and our engagement goals. We want both those metrics, right? Success without definition is just activity. So before you launch your Giving Tuesday campaign, you need crystal clear goals that inspire your team and give donors something concrete to rally around. Vague aspirations like raise awareness won't cut it. You need actual numbers, metrics, and tangible outcomes. Okay. So our financial goals, you need to write this down. Like, what is your financial goal for Giving Tuesday? Be ambitious but realistic. If people are trying to give to more than one organization, they're going to spread out their money. You should have options for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, lower amounts. Then also have those options for 100, 500, 1,000, or any, but you don't want to sell yourself short by not having those low dollar amounts. Those low dollar amounts can add up to a lot of money. So you want to look at your past fundraising data if you have any and consider your donor base size and set a number that stretches you without being impossible. So it's something that's attainable but hard. It's going to be a little bit of work. That's something that you want to do. So how many donors do you need? What's your average gift size? How many new donors versus returning donors? These details will help you track progress and adjust your strategy in real time. In your engagement goals or something else that's really important. So you have money. Money isn't like the way that we measure success, right? Because if we're getting information to people that we need to get the information to, and we're gaining more followers and more engagement, really. It's like that's important as well because those people are now spreading the word as well. So money isn't the only measure of success. You need to figure out your engagement goals. Think about social media followers, email list growth. That's what I was saying about my past Giving Tuesday that I had when we got all those small donations that added up to a lot of money. The small donations were very, very much so that built out the email list more so than I was more excited about that than the actual Giving Tuesday amount because that has continued to be of service and valuable to us. So that's what we did with that. Shares and comments, volunteer signups, new monthly donors, those are all things you can ask for during Giving Tuesday. So engagement goals build your long-term capacity, and a new follower today might become a major donor next year. Every share extends your reach and into different networks that you aren't already touching, right? So it's always something that we're looking for. Okay, so we're going to talk about how we reach our goal and how we get to that point. So we want to paint a vivid picture of success. What specific impact will this funding create? Will you serve 50 more families? Will you open up a new program? hire like a new staff member, maybe. That's like, what are you doing with the money that you raise? You want to make it concrete and emotional so that donors can visualize their contribution at work. You want to make them feel, you want to make them feel something, right? If you've ever been in my class about mission statements, it is hard to take 15 words and make somebody feel something with those 15 words. About your organization, you know? So you want to get back to that kind of writing. We're writing for donors to engage with us and to feel something and then to want to give. So I have an example here that when we reach our $25,000 goal, we'll provide after school tutoring to 100 children who are currently falling behind. That's 100 kids who will start believing that they can succeed in school. So it's emotional, it's concrete, it gives you statistics and numbers. So that would be the kind of language that we want to use for our ads. So and then you also want to talk about what happens if you don't reach your goal, right? If you fall short of your goal, be honest about what won't happen without full funding. This isn't fear mongering, it's transparency. Donors deserve to know the real stakes. So like you want to say, without reaching our goal, we'll have to turn away families on our waiting list. That means children going without the support they desperately need during the most critical years of their development. Did you guys see the difference with if you, so you're gonna line those two things up, and that makes it emotional, concrete. You have a goal that you're set, like this is what happens when we get funded, this is what happens when we don't. Mine would be about birth moms not receiving the services, and then also receiving services and being able to, grow their lives from our services, and then same with the cats and stuff like that. So does anybody have an example they want to go through? Yes, thank you, Barbara. Impact statements. So I want everybody to write a short emotional statement explaining what will happen if their goal is reached and what will happen if it isn't. Use specific numbers and real human impact to make someone care. So we're going to take a second and do that. Does anybody want to share theirs?
I can share what I'm doing now.
Okay, go for it.
Based on community building, but it is to provide solutions such as awareness and abilities so let me get this right. To provide solutions to seniors and their families in Macomb County, Michigan, giving them the ability to maintain human dignity by having awareness, skills to problem solve and resolve their life and wellness issues.
Okay, sorry, one more time.
To give the community build to give seniors and their families in Macomb County, Michigan, the tools and skills to provide solutions through awareness, abilities to problem solve, and resolve wellness issues.
Okay, so what's the how in that? Like how, like you're gonna do what and what to make them have those outcomes.
Comprehensive referral services and support.
Okay, and how many families will this money allow you to reach?
1,000.
Nice. Okay. All right. So yeah. So like, if you put all that back together, read it to me, the whole thing, like add all that together, and then that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like you want to have your impact in there. You want to have the amount of people you're going to reach, and then what happens if if you don't reach your funding goal? What happens?
Okay.
Okay. So
My handwriting is bad. That's what it is.
what did you say?
I said my handwriting is bad, so I have to be sure I can read it back.
Oh my gosh, I can't spell, so I fully feel you. I'm like, what am I trying to say right there? If I don't read it like immediately, if I write something down, it's a wrap. I let somebody try and read my writing. See how that works. So I feel you. But okay, so it is important to know. I'm just gonna go on to the next little part, but when you're done, Barbara, let me know. All right, so knowing your community, you can't inspire people you don't understand. It is important to know. And fully know your community. Like you need to have a deep understanding and deep knowledge of your audience, not just the demographic, but like their values, their motivations, their fears and aspirations. Who are the people most likely to support your mission? What keeps them up at night? What makes them feel hopeful, right? If you know these things, it's much more easier to give them what they need, one, and be able to serve them to your full capacity and something that they actually need, not just doing stuff. So this will help you move beyond the like generic donor personas to truly understand the human beings you're asking to invest in your work. So like you're asking your community for something, you need to really truly understand what they actually need and what they want. You'll identify not just you need to identify like who they are, but what they might care about, what might hold them back, how to reach them where they are already. And you don't want to, you're not asking them to come outside of themselves, right? You're just asking them to, hey, yeah, we're going to meet you here. This is what we can do. This is how we're going to serve you. Does that make sense? So you want to understand everything that your community and the people that you serve are actually worried about so that you can speak to those fears. So, you want to have like, if you could take your whole donor list and the people you serve, and list those, put all those people together, and then they may be duplicated, but either way, just put them all together and then separate them into like 3 different categories, right? You want local business owners, alumni from your programs, or church members. You want to have 3 supporter types. Who you want to identify each type. You want to identify who they are. Identify your core supporter groups. Are they parents, young professionals, retirees, union workers, faith community? And you want to be really specific about their locations, their age range, and where they are in their life stages. Like, are they, elderly? Are they middle-aged? Are they young working moms? Be very, very specific about that. Don't think about like your current donors. Just consider who should care about your mission but hasn't yet engaged. Where's your untapped potential? That's who you're looking for. Okay. Our mission is to power underserved communities by facilitating access to safe, affordable, and permanent housing through innovative financial tools and compassionate support services. I like that a lot, Bernard. That's really good. Good job. I like that. Okay. And then you want to also know what motivates them, right? Why would someone give to your cause? What personal connection to the issue? What's their desire to make your community better and their community better? Are those the same thing? Religious and ethical values. Why are you in the same, does your church serve their religious beliefs? It's just different. You want to know who they are, right? You want to know what motivates them to, like, just like when we're doing buyer personas for our businesses, you want to know what motivates people for a purchase. You want to know what motivates people to give and what makes them hopeful and what makes them scared. So understanding motivation helps you craft your messaging so that it resonates. Different supporters will have different appeals, so don't worry too much about that. But like you need to know what's what, right? So, and then what influences them or who influences them? That's in this day and age. Who do your potential supporters trust and listen to? Local voices, faith leaders, media people, other community organizations. Do they have social media influencers that they follow? Identifying those influencers will help you make your message impactful. So consider partnerships with trusted voices who can endorse your campaign and extend your reach into new networks. And that's something we're going to talk about next week. So I implore you to actually really start doing that part of, if you do nothing else, do this, where you're going to consider partnerships with trusted voices who can endorse your campaign and extend your reach into new networks. That is the most, very much so, activity that everybody should be doing. And this is weird. We are looking to raise $5,000 through the sale of our course to donate to low income and elderly people free tax returns. Yeah, I like that.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Where do I find this recording?
That's a really good question. I'm unsure. Actually, hold on. Give me a second. Let me look. You gotta ask the hard ones, huh? Hold on. It is, I believe.
Well, I came in late, so I came in late. so-
Okay. Well, that's okay. Yeah, the recording will most likely be in the Launch and Nonprofit section, right where you found us, under replays.
Okay.
but
So
I
go
don't
back,
know if that's true because I don't see any right now. So
yeah, so I go back out to the main page.
yeah. In the course, ask questions. I don't know. I feel like the yeah, it was under join the call section, I believe. If it's you go to past events, maybe. Yeah, the past, no. It's not the replays. I don't know. That's a very good question. I will ask and I will get back to you on that in the next class.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I just go into the settings, right? And I type in MP and I'll pull up your file.
No, I don't see it. I'm looking at it right now and I'm not seeing the space for it, but oh, right here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so if you go into launch a nonprofit and go to ask a question, it has the featured area
Okay,
right next to it. You see it and it says get guidance, and then I think those are all the recordings. It looks like all the recordings at least.
okay, perfect. That's perfect.
Okay, cool. Because that's good to know for me
Yeah,
too.
I'm just starting out, so I'm going through the program.
Okay, awesome.
and-
You have your nonprofit, or have you already started your
No, not
nonprofit?
nothing, no, not
Your brand.
yet. I'm just
Okay. Well,
now
let us know what we can do to help.
And I'm just,
Hello.
yes, definitely. I'll reach out. Thank you. I'm just
No, you're
watching
fine. I'm
now.
sorry.
Just learning.
My computer's not allowing me to hear you off clearly. It keeps going in and out. I'm not sure if it's me or you, but it probably is me.
I
'Cause my
think-
computer's funky.
No, I think because I stepped outside of my office. I'm in the patio, so
Oh,
I
I
think it
see.
might be the Wi-Fi. I'm going back in.
Okay, cool. Then I'll blame you. I'll blame you. I like that. Much better. Okay. So yeah, it'll be there. All right. So you want to overcome objections as well, right? You are going to well, okay, let's put it this way. Every potential donor has like its reason that they may hesitate to give to anybody, right? There's this whole program, there's a whole movie called oh my gosh, Uncharitable. And I don't know if anybody's seen it, but it's about how people are really skeptical about charities in this day and age because there's been so many scams and all this thing, and it's really hard for people to get out of their comfort zone and give to a charity that they don't really all the way know. And so having those, building that trust and having that engagement is so important leading up to Giving Tuesday. That's why we're starting this now, is because if you can build that, now by the time Giving Tuesday comes around and you make an ask, that is when you're going to start having success. But like if you just jump into Giving Tuesday and say, hey, can you give to us, and people don't know who you are, there's too much scamming going on for people to just jump in these days. So common objections that you'll come across is like, how do I know the money will be used well? And like why should I choose yours? I hear that a lot. I can't afford to give right now. I don't have any money. Will a small gift really make a difference? I don't think so. Like, I hear that so often. Like people are like, oh, what's my $5 gonna do? You know? So if you give them that information in your messaging, that is going to make all the difference. I don't, or like a lot of people will tell me, I don't know enough about this organization, and they're unwilling to go do the research. It's not their job to do the research. It's your job to give them everything they need in one sentence, you know? The response for each objection needs to be like clear and honest. Make sure that you show your financial transparency on your website. Explain your unique impact. Emphasize that every gift matters. Share your track record and testimonials. Build these responses into your campaign materials so that donors don't have to wonder. If you're already telling them the answers to their questions that they're asking in their head, they won't have to ask you. And that way your trust is earned through consistency, transparency, and results. So as long as you're giving them all three of those things, share your financials openly, show real impact and with photos and stories, thank donors promptly and specifically. Report back on how their gifts were used. Trust turns one-time donors into lifetime supporters. I just received a cat box gift of like kitten, dry food, wet food, catnip, and litter. And there's going to be another box on Monday. So I held back thanking the lady on social media because I wanted to make sure that that I had all the stuff that I could say, all the things, right? And so I took pictures, I did a video of me unboxing all of those things because you want to make sure that the minute you get the items, and like if there's somebody sending you donations or somebody sending you like a box of supplies, for us, that's critical for us for the work we do. So for me, I need that. I'm going to encourage anybody to give at this point. Like we need carpet scraps, we need all these things. And so I've reached out to my community and they're responding. So for me not to thank them would be kind of a dick move, you know? So, but it'd make me a jerk. And I don't want to do that. So I want to make sure that I'm thanking everybody that actually does take the time to make an order for us or to give to us or to, you know, especially when people bring kittens and they, like we had another late night drop off the other day. And it's like the people are shoving cats underneath our fence, and it's just like or leaving their kennels out in the yard where there's actual coyotes that can come and eat them. It's like people aren't they're that desperate for like they just need the animal out of their life, you know, that they're just leaving them in dangerous situations. And it's like I don't know if they know better. I'm assuming they do, but at the same time, that's how desperate they are in their situation. So it's like I really, 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 really take the time to thank the people that are not doing that and that are adding to value to our organization, that are adding contributing in any way really, because we don't have a lot of help and we are a really small community. So if you're not taking the time to do those types of things and take the time to say thank you, and that is a huge thing, a huge trust building thing. People will not trust your organization if you're not actively saying thank you online or specifically in person, writing a note, something personal. That's just something I've learned over time. So that's kind of my best advice is always do a personal thank you and then do it on social media. Always get permission to list their person's name on social media. Some people do not want to be listed. Companies will always ask to be listed. Individuals may not. So you want to just ask before you post it, share the post that you want to do with them and say, hey, do you mind if I post this? And if they say yes, then go ahead. But I always wait for permission. If they say no, then I'll just take the name out of it and say, we just received this box. And giving begets more giving. So once other people see people giving, they will join in. Just like grants, right? So you want to map your message next. Facts tell what you do, but like the stories is what sells people, right? The most effective fundraising campaigns don't lead with statistics. They lead with human stories that make people feel something. When donors can see themselves in your narrative or in your in that situation and they can relate, they can picture like a real person whose life will like change because of their contribution. That's when they reach for their wallets. Like that is when you will really start actually getting donations in. So this next piece is like where we really want to help you identify storylines that will form the backbone of your giving campaign. So we are going to stop there because we have to stop anyways in like 3 minutes. So we're going to stop there and then we're going to talk about personal stories in our next class. And that is in 15 minutes at 6:30 my time. I don't know what it will be your time, but yeah. So does anybody have any questions about what we just spoke about?
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna go back and watch the video.
Okay.
Then if I have questions, I'll send it.
That sounds good. Actually, that's fine. And you didn't really miss that much. We were having technical difficulties towards the beginning of class, so we only got through the first 2 sections. So I think that you actually got more than you think you did. So I don't want you to be disappointed.
Oh no, I'm just trying to learn the field. I just want to get this business started and move forward.
Is it a business or a nonprofit?
It's either going to be a business nonprofit because I'm going to be doing Section 8 to help
Okay.
families that are need of nonprofit because hopefully through the grant program, through the federal government program, there's $80 billion. So we'll see what happens through the U.S. Treasury. If it works, then help families that need to get a lift up so that they can participate also in Matthew Lesko's program because this is needed. They didn't teach you this in college.
No, I really didn't. I learned about nonprofit work from for pretty much needing them when I was growing up in my youth. Like my dad never paid like the like light bill, and so I didn't know anything about Line Heap until my dad would drag me around. We'd take Line Heap's money, and then we'd also get dragged around through all the churches and charities throughout town to like get more money. And I was like, that's how I learned about it though, is because we experienced it. But yeah, a lot of people don't have that experience, so it is something that people need to know about.
Yeah, they don't even know. They don't even know all about the pharmaceutical. I come from a pharmaceutical background, nonprofit, and it's crazy the amount of money that's out there.
Oh yeah, no, for real, very much so. I'd love to talk to you about that sometime.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah,
William,
I
go
used to.
ahead.
I used to
Sorry,
be
I'm
a.
sorry.
Yeah, I used to work for a long-term care nursing home facility corporation out in New York. So
Oh
it's
wow,
yeah, big, like 850,000 bed. The
jeez, Louise, it's huge.
government money. Yeah, it's like $26 million a month.
Oh my god. Holy crap. Okay. Well, yeah, I definitely want to talk to you. Give me a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna yeah, somebody has their hand up. William, go ahead. What's your question?
Hello, yes, I just joined the call and I'd been looking forward to getting on here, and I have a question about the steps to forming your nonprofit.
Okay.
Like right now I'm working on a business plan and want to get a name registered, but I don't know where that comes in, and then if that's gonna, how that affects the rest of the thing.
All right,
The
here, I'm gonna share my
steps.
screen for you. Are you able to see your screen? Can you see my screen right now? William? Ooh.
Hello, I'm sorry. Yes, I can see
Okay.
that.
All right, so if you're gonna go here and you're gonna go start here to launch your nonprofit, and you're
Uh-huh.
going to how to get started with all of this is right here in my list. My nonprofit registration preparation checklist is right here.
Uh-huh.
And this is awesome because it has let it go. All right, so you'll have all the steps here about how to do. So check your name availability. You're going to make your content SEO friendly, secure a business address. These are all the steps that you're going to take on your way to doing a nonprofit, and it ends with you having your nonprofit, right? So
Yeah.
this is the checklist that you need to be following. And we do a call
Oh,
every Friday.
okay, on Fridays?
Yep, and then I have my grant class, which is for to fund the nonprofit. We have that next in 15 minutes coming up at 6:30
Oh,
my time.
awesome. So I'm gonna stick around, or I'm gonna get on that call
Okay.
too.
All right, so we're gonna end this call, you guys, and we'll be back at 6:30. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you soon.
You're back.
Bye.